That is a massive, massive win. Everton 0, Tottenham 3, and Mickey van der Ven is absolutely incredible right now. This guy, I think, is our top goal scorer in all competitions. It wasn't pretty. The football we're playing right now is not massively exciting. It's not edge of your seat stuff, but we're third in the league. We're unbeaten in the Champions League. We're through to the next round of the League Cup. We're missing Romero. We're missing Udogi, Madison, Kulusevski, Solanke. We're missing a lot of our key players, and we're still getting the right results. If we can improve our home form, because we did lose to Villa and we did lose against Bournemouth, we should have a really, really good season. I'm backing us right now to get top 4, top 5. If English teams do well again in the Champions League, we may, fifth may get that. But right now, today, Kolo Muani got game time. Simmons got game time. Kudus, Brennan Johnson. We played a very, I would say, pragmatic team at times. That double pivot is going to play every single game with João Paulinho and Bentancur, but it works. Bentancur got the assist. Van der Ven got a brace. Saar off the bench got a goal as well. And right now, there's lots to be positive about. Make sure you go down and drop a like on the video. Make sure you do hit that subscribe button. The road to 10K is well and truly on. This was the way we set up. Vicario, who I've given huge criticism to in recent times. I thought today he was very, very good. I'm not going to lie, I was that save he made from, was it Beto, headed it down off his foot, was a joke, or might have been his forearm. Was it? No, he did one off his foot, and then he made a good save from Beto's header, which was off his forearm. Spence, Van der Ven, Danso, Porro, Bentancur, João Paulinho. Simmons got hooked early in around the 60th minute, same as Kolo Muani. I imagine both of those will play against Newcastle, which again, really tough fixtures coming our way. We've got Newcastle midweek, Chelsea away. We've also got to play PSG, Arsenal, Man United, and Newcastle again in our next 10. It was an Everton side today that they didn't really threaten us that much. I thought in Dye, I thought Grealish and Dewsbury Hall would cause us more problems. But we pretty much dealt with everything. Tarkowski and Keane, they're a very well-drilled team, Everton. Idrissa Gueye and Garner in midfield. Garner can pretty much play everywhere at the moment. You look at the bench, we brought on Richarlison, Tell for like the last couple of minutes. Bergvall come in the 10, and Papa Sarr come on and actually got the goal. Now, the first goal we scored comes from a corner. Van der Ven got his first of the 2 goals. It's headed. It's an in-swinging ball from, it might have been Kudus, I think, or Porro. Goes all the way over to the back post. Bentancur heads it back across, and Van der Ven can't really miss. He's 1 or 2 yards out. Makes it 1-0. It's a really, really, good time to score. Opening 20 minutes, get a goal, regroup. I thought Van der Ven, I think that's one of his best performances he's made in a Spurs shirt. I thought he was very, very, very good today. Put in a really strong shift, playing out from the back, the amount of blocks he made or clearances. I think he made 10 clearances or something like that. I read, at the end of the game. One of the best centre-backs in the league. I don't care what anyone says. When you talk about how good Gabriel and Saliba are, I'm not saying Van der Ven's in the same bracket as those right now. Some would argue, but I believe he is very, very, very good. And I think when we've got him and Romero fit, our win percentage is so much better than without Romero. That's a huge win for us today. Like, it really, really is. And Van der Ven was by far man of the match. He got his second goal just before half-time, a perfect time to score, which kind of knocked the stuffing out of Everton. It was a really, really, 2 good set-piece goals. The second goal, which was about 48 minutes in, Porro got the assist. Van der Ven heads home to make it 2-0 at the Hill Dickens Stadium, which puts us in a really, really, really strong position, 2-0 at half-time. And when I think about this game as well, if we would have lost this, I think there's a very, very good chance we go and lose against Newcastle as well. But the fact that we're going to be going there confident, I believe we will get the right result against Newcastle. I'm not going to lie to you. I think we will. I think we'll it's a big ask, but I've just got a good feeling. We've got to play them twice, and surely we win one of them, and they'll win one of them. I don't know which way it's going to go. at this moment in time, I want to progress in the next round of the cup. I want, Thomas Frank to get a real opportunity to win silverware. We're not going to win the Champions League. We're not going to win the league. So the best opportunity is the League Cup or the FA Cup. And I think we have to throw the kitchen sink in it. We go half time, that 4-2-3-1 was really paying off for us. He makes some substitutions around the hour mark. I think it was Kolo Muani and Simmons come on for I think it was Richarlison and Bergvall. We get the third goal right at the end of the game from Papsar, which he come on about the 80th minute. It's a long ball into Richarlison, who heads it. He's unselfish, plays it into Papsar's path, who then heads it home to make it 3-0. And when you look at the match stats, they're not the prettiest. I'm not going to lie to you. In terms of Everton had more shots, but we just controlled that game. We didn't really, and I'm not going to lie to you, I never really thought Everton were a huge threat to us. They only had 2 shots on target, and both of those were good saves from Vicario. The match stats today, 2.08 expected goals for us, 1.53 XG for them. 4 big chances, and we took 3 of them, only missed 1. They missed 2 out of 2. The XG for us, much better. Not a huge amount of shots on target, but we are missing a lot of key players. And when you look at the league table, this currently puts us 3rd in the league, which we're above City, we're above Man United, we're above Chelsea, we're above Liverpool. We're in a very, very good position considering the amount of key players we are missing. I don't really understand some of the criticism that Thomas Frank's getting. I don't really get that. Yes, the football could be prettier. I understand that. But we are 3rd in the league, and we're missing a lot of players like Udogi, Romero, Solanke, James Maddison, Kulusevski. That's 5 first-team players that are out missing. If you took 5 first-team players out of any team in the Premier League, you're going to see a setback. I understand that the football could be prettier at times, but we also have to give a bit of context to this. And when you look at the games we've got coming up, we are going to lose a few in the next game. We've got PSG to play. That is not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination. We've got Chelsea in the league next, who I fancy us to beat them. I'm not going to lie. Then we've got Copenhagen, Man United. I believe this home form will be sorted out. I do fancy us to get a result at Newcastle and progress to the next round of the League Cup. The Chelsea game will be very, very interesting. Copenhagen, Man United, and we've got Arsenal away, and then we've got PSG away. So it's not going to be easy. It's really, really not. And then we've got Fulham at home. So these next, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These next 7 games, we will really find out where Tottenham are in terms of quality. We are conceding 0.78 goals per game and scoring 1.89. We've scored the joint most amount of goals in the Premier League. We've got the best away record. Got a point at Monaco, a point at Bodo, a point at Brighton, beat West Ham, beat City, beat Everton, beat Leeds. Really, really strong position. But that Newcastle game, we don't have a good record there. We've had some really, really painful results in the past. We only lost 2-1 there last season. We've also got to play Newcastle, I think, in December as well. So we've got our December games quickly. Yeah, look, Newcastle, Brentford, Slavia Prague. Other than Palace and Liverpool, I do fancy us to beat Brentford, Slavia Prague, Forest. We have got to keep this momentum going, though. If we then go and put a really poor result in against Newcastle and don't progress to the next round of the cup, then the only competition we can really focus on in terms of winning silverware would be the FA Cup. So I do want Tottenham to take this cup seriously. I do want Thomas Frank to play the strongest team possible. If you gave me an option to beat Chelsea or to beat Newcastle in the cup, I'd rather progress to the next round of the cup, because I don't think the Arsenal, the Arsenal, the Cities and Liverpool would take it that seriously this season. I genuinely think Tottenham or Palace again or a Villa or someone like that could cause a few upsets this season, especially in the cups. Wednesday's going to be tough. You've got you've got Arsenal, Brighton, Liverpool, Palace, Swansea, City, Wolves, Chelsea, and the main one is our game, which is against Newcastle away from home, which is going to be tough, but I fancy us. You let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you do hit that subscribe button. Who was your man of the match? We'll be back on the main channel later to talk about the Liverpool-Manchester City situation. But thank you all for watching. Drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. I'm out.